Hey guys, in this video today I'll be making a plaque. I'll be making the plaque out of walnut and maple, and I'll be putting a nice little Bible verse on it, and I'll show you how to do it. Let's get to it. Okay guys, like I said before, I'm going to be making this out of walnut and maple. Now my plan is to create a 9x7 plaque. However, this piece of walnut right here is only 4 inches wide. And if you guys know anything about walnut, the wider you get, it gets super expensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half and make an 8x8 walnut brick. And so I'll be using this maple here as a trim piece. So I'll be doing a 1/4 inch, and I'll be doing some miters around the outside of the plaque. So let's get to it.
Now I said earlier it was going to be a 9x7, but I really meant an 8x6 plaque.
Okay guys, it's time to glue these two pieces together with these parallel clamps here. I'm going to get these drying as soon as I can, so I can start cutting out the trim for the plaque.
A quick tip: once the glue has set for about 5 minutes, take a damp paper towel and wipe off the excess glue. This will help later in the cleanup process and make your sanding easier. As the walnut center dries, it's now time to cut out the 1/4 inch maple trim that's going to surround the plaque. I cut out an extra piece just in case I messed up on one of the miters, as mistakes do happen. Once the glue dried, I then began trimming the walnut piece to size.
Okay guys, now that I have my wood center all cut out, along with my trim miter pieces, I'm now going to use a band clamp and glue these edges all together. Okay guys, this right here is what we call a band clamp. Now I already kind of have it stretched out here, but basically these corners go on all 4 of your corners here, and it'll securely tighten everything uniformly so that you have no wonkiness. So it's a little bit of money, but band clamps, if you're doing boxes or squares or whatever, significantly help with your clamping process. Once I used one, I couldn't believe I ever tried to glue up a box and miters without them. So definitely gonna recommend this.
After applying an adequate amount of glue to all 4 of the trim pieces, I then positioned my band clamp along all 4 corners before securely clamping. Okay, after letting that dry for about an hour or so, I then began sanding. I started at 80 grit and worked my way all the way up to 220 grit, and I did this on both sides of the project. Finally, to add a little bit of detail to the project, I took a 45-degree chamfer bit and I did an edge detail all the way around the plaque, just to add a little bit of extra flair to the project.
Okay, now that we have our plaque here sanded, we're now going to take this stencil that I cut out here on the Cricut, and I will put it on there, and we'll use some black acrylic paint, and we'll stencil in that Bible verse.
Okay, you see at the beginning, the stencil is a little wet already. This is because I applied some polyurethane to the stencil in order to seal the edges, in order to prevent any leaking from the paint. I also highly recommend using acrylic paint, as it is a thicker base paint and won't tend to run.
Alright guys, so after we left that paint dry overnight, it's now time to apply finish. Now the finish that I'm going to choose for this particular project is Danish oil. Danish oil will not leave any kind of plasticky film that polyurethane might leave on there, and it's also an alternative to lacquer. Lacquer provides a better protection, but Danish oil for a plaque will probably be the perfect option for that. So let me show you what materials you'll need before we get started. Alright guys, first, this is Danish oil. You can get it at Lowe's pretty cheap. So this is the Danish oil that I'll be using in it, the natural look. So you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need a cup to pour your Danish oil in, because I'm going to be using a brush on method. Now, you can do rags, so you can kind of just do this with your rag and kind of rub it on. But I'm going to use a foam brush, because that's my preferred method. The only other thing you're going to need is some gloves, as you're going to be handling this, and probably some cardboard so that you're not going to be getting oil everywhere. Other than that, that's pretty much going to be it. So, let's get to it.
The method I used was pretty simple. I applied a total of 3 coats and waited 20 minutes in between each coat. Sadly, at this point, I realized my mistake. The verse is 1 Chronicles 28:19, not 29. Now, I had a copy directly from the email, and I didn't think to check to make sure that the reference and the verse were the same. I tried fixing it, but the acrylic wouldn't stick to the wood now that the finish was applied. The client did take responsibility for the mistake. However, this will be something I'll definitely be checking in future projects.
Hey guys, just wanted to hop in here real quick at the end, let you guys know that, this video's been centered around the plaque and also the Bible verse. I want to let you guys know, if you guys are feeling down or things are going on in your life, that Jesus loves you. And I truly believe that he has a plan and purpose for everybody here on this earth, and I think he has a plan and purpose for you as well. With that said, let's wrap it up. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this little weekend project here. I really hope it gave you some inspiration. If you guys wanted to make something similar, and just again, different ideas with finishes. And this Danish oil is something I'm really liking. I've only used it once before, and this second time I think I did a better job at applying coats consistently and getting it to where it's not super oily. 24 hours after I applied, it's already dry to the touch and everything. Normally they recommend 24 to 48 hours for full protection, but you know what, it already feels dry and perfect. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching the content. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video a little bit better, because I am using my new camera, new audio setup, as well as a new GoPro setup as well. Hopefully bring you guys better content that's more palatable and enjoyable than just recording off my phone. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that and noticed a little bit of a difference, and thank you for watching.